Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and we haven't talked about this for a while, but I was just wondering, how do you do with stress eating? How are you on that little scale of handling a bad day at work, a fight with your significant other, being in traffic, having had a bad experience over the weekend, going, one of those days when it's like, can anything else go wrong? Like a flat tire and somebody parking too close to you and, all the different things. For me, it's usually just the stress of working that would make me want to eat at it. And that I can do very well because I spent decades trying to do it. Did it make me feel better? No. It numbed me out. How did I feel about it the next day? I wished that I hadn't done it, and it was as simple as that. But sometimes you can spend a whole day kind of wrecked because of what you did the day before with the stress eating. And don't do that. You know what that does to you. It's just when you choose to have something that's not on your food plan, or you mindlessly eat, say you grab something off a plate and it's in your mouth like an old habit, somebody else's plate, and you're standing there and eating it, maybe in the kitchen while you're doing dishes, maybe while you're putting stuff away, or whatever. It's like some for them, some for me, some for the trash, some for me. You know that feeling. You know that thing. One more spoonful, one more whatever. And as if nothing will come of it, but it sure feels good. So we don't want to do that. That's a behavior that we hopefully left a while back, and we find it's not plaguing us now that we've been paying a whole lot more attention. Sometimes we go away. It's the summer months. So we go away and it's like, oh my God, the company and the staying up late and the doing this and the doing that. And suddenly I realized that, okay, I was just hearing something cat-ish. We go away and we kind of forget where we came from. And maybe in good conscience, we go away and we say, okay, I can do this. I will get up. And when I'm in the bathroom or when I'm quietly meditating before anybody else is up, always a good idea if you go away to just get kind of a grip on the day. Maybe put into your tracker what you kind of sort of think you're having. If you're new to the whole thing, probably stick with something that you've had before. Hopefully you packed goodies or you shopped for them when you got there, so you have some of your staples and you're not just going, I don't care, I'll just wing it. Well, winging it could cost you. Even if you're walking a lot on this vacation, especially if you're lying on the beach a lot, the whole thing. And that when you're away, it's, at least to me it always was, it was all about going from one meal to the next. Planning. Food. What are we going to have? What do you want? What do you got? You know how that goes. And so sticking to what what works. Say you're on Smart Points and you're going away and what you've had at other times that has worked for you. Maybe an egg or two, maybe a ½ ounce of cheese, maybe, I don't know if you're still eating bread, something like that. Or maybe it's a tried and true bowl of oatmeal. Hopefully you have your alternative sugars with you, so you're not relying on pink, yellow, or blue packets. And so you will safely get through with that. Hopefully whatever you put in your coffee for lightener, you have on hand and you're not falling prey to what perhaps your hostess has or a restaurant has. Those little creamers that sometimes aren't even real. They're aseptic, something like that. So hopefully you aren't thrown too much, and then you get to the place where it's stress eating. Maybe just getting back from a vacation and there's some stress involved. But for most of us and most of my day-to-day, it's the day-to-day. And it's coming off of a work week. It's coming off of a talk with somebody that leaves me kind of wanting to numb myself out. And so I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, between the Weight Watchers and the low carb, high fat keto. And so I'm kind of used to what a trigger is, how to handle it. You know, I have a toolkit in my, it's right here. You can't see it though, but I try to keep the tools pretty sharp, and I know what's coming, especially during the work week. I plan my food menu, and I know that tonight is a grass-fed burger, no bread, no cheese, and some organic steamed green beans, and a leftover salad from last night that I couldn't finish. And so maybe a stalk of broccoli, because I steamed some of that too. So, you know, I already know what my dinner is. I've just packed my lunch, so I know what I'm having for that. And my breakfast is, a container full of the latte, brain octane, butter, bulletproof coffee. So I call it my bulletproof coffee, but it definitely is about 20 ounces worth of yum. And I have that from when I get up, which today was at 3 till 5, and I save a little for when I get to work to have at 8 o'clock. And today I'm not going into work until 10, so I will have it as a treat later on before I go to work. And so then I will have my 2 meals during the day. And so I know that, planning, I guess in my job I can say that I'm counting on stress. And so if you have that kind of a job too, where you can count on stress, then you plan your meals accordingly to that stress and what works for you. I used to eat throughout the day to handle the stress. It was it took care of the stress in the sense of, like, every hour and a half I'd have a piece of fruit and maybe a piece of cheese type of thing. And it felt like it was satisfying. It felt like I was doing the trick. I lost a little bit of weight, but now I'm kind of on maintenance. And so it's different, and I'm only having 2 ounces of the organic berries for my first meal, which is anywhere between 10 and noon. And so I've already been up for 7 hours, so it's not like it's first thing in the morning. And for some people, that's already dinner time. And then I don't eat again for at least 5 hours till dinner. And that's how I keep it kind of simple. And yes, there's going to be stress in my life. I can count on that all day long. And so I plan accordingly and know that I'm not going to have the trigger or the caving in to eating something and having it initially just numb me. I guess I go through the stress and I just work it off. I leave the building, I walk to another building. I do what I have to do that kind of changes the channel a little bit. That's kind of how I don't eat at something, stress eating. And as far as stress eating at night, I know that's a whole other gorilla. And that Magilla gorilla was something that I tackled a number of years ago. And it's funny because I think of my food journey in houses that I lived in. And so I was living in an antique house built in the 1700s when I tackled that. And the rule was no food in the bedroom and no food after dinner. So I'm one of those that when I do have my little fat bomb treat at night, it's right after dinner. It's not like after I've let it digest a little bit and then I have it. No, I finish my dinner, I have my little treat at the end, and that's it. Then I floss and brush and that's it. So I don't have that gorilla hanging over me about wanting to do something about nighttime eating. Some of you might not want to do anything about it, and maybe you don't eat first thing in the morning and it all works for you. But for me, with my intermittent fasting, to not have anything after dinner, which means usually by 6 I'm done putting anything in my mouth, then I'm not having food until at least 10 the next day. So that's 16 hours of not putting anything in my body except my bulletproof coffee. That seems to work for me. But it's finding what works for you and then going with it. And maybe that takes care of the stress in itself because you know that you're taking care of yourself. You've planned your meals. You've planned what you're going to eat. It's packed. It's coming up, or you just had it. You can purr like a kitty after you've had it. And you know that you're taking care of yourself. So no matter what stress comes your way, you know that you're safe food-wise. Because for a foodie like me, that's what it comes down to. Forget the rest of the world and the stress that's coming down on me. If I don't have my food in control, the rest could be in jeopardy. Have a wonderful day. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.